Hi, this is Bryan Capone from the Capone for Your Home team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox and Roach Realtors in Center City, Philadelphia. Today, for our vlog, we are going to talk about title insurance. It's an important part of the sales process, but it's usually for buyers the most ambiguous or really something they just don't know about at all. So what is title insurance? So let's begin with the fact that even if you were buying the property cash and there was no lender involved, you would still want title insurance. But like most transactions, if you're getting a mortgage, they are going to require that you get title insurance. What is title insurance? Title insurance insures your right of ownership on the property. So the best example I give sometimes is, let's just say you settle on your home, and 6 months later you get a knock on your door, you get a letter in the mail that says, hey, my grandparent or my aunt left me this house in their will, and you sold it kind of, out from under me. I am owed some of those proceeds, or you didn't have the right to sell the property at all. Kind of an extreme example, but that's, you get what we're trying to say. Title insurance would, number one, protect you after the fact of something that came up. They would, it's an insurance policy. So whatever needs to be done to, on a legal end to, protect your right of ownership, they would go ahead and do that. But probably the more realistic scenario, and a big part of title insurance, what they do is they do all of the due diligence up front. So they would identify this person being out there, this will, whatever, this person who had an ownership interest in the property. And prior to them permitting settlement to go forward, and to them issuing a title policy, they would say this has to get resolved somehow. The guy either is wrong and mistaken, or he is right, it has to get corrected, whatever it is. So a big part of their process is due diligence. Any outstanding liens, utilities, back child support, past judgments, prior mortgages, all that stuff has to get identified and cleared up before a title policy is issued. So that's the front part of the process. They do the due diligence. What they also do is they conduct settlement. So oftentimes, settlement services. So you're in the settlement room, buyers on one side, sellers on the other side, and the title person sits at the head of the table, and they collect the bank's wire, the mortgage they give. They make sure that all those utility liens get paid, judgments get paid off. Everybody, everything that needs to get taken care of gets done. They actually conduct settlement. They give everybody their checks, all of those things. So it's a two-part process. Title insurance, cost. Title insurance in Pennsylvania is based on the sale price of the property. So whether you use ABC Title Company, Joe's Abstract Company, whatever it is, you should theoretically be paying the same amount for the policy. It's based on the sale price of the home. Now there are variations. Some companies may have a flat service fee just to conduct a settlement of $100. Some may charge $10 for a notary stamp. Someone else may charge $5, whatever it may be. But generally, you're going to see a lot of consistency in terms of pricing for title insurance. And usually in my world, I prefer someone to work with, someone I have a tight relationship with, not because we want to give each other business, but because the cost is the same. And when we're talking about customer service and getting problems resolved, when I have an existing relationship with someone, things tend to be a lot smoother. So Title Insurance 101, I could probably talk for another 15 minutes about it, but those are some of the basics. Any questions, please reach out to us. Bryan Capone, the Capone for Your Home team, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Thank you.